My brothers and sisters, you are now watching The Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need. And I hope you enjoy the video.
My PS4 is dusty as heck. My junk dirty too. Cum stains and stuff. Listen up, Sony. Now y'all can do this all you want to. I know this is the generation of remasters. You went from remastering games to now remastering consoles. But if you think for 1 second you about to release a PlayStation 4.5 and all the suckers that, you know, was awaiting this greatness for so long for the PlayStation 4, and we can't get some type of discount if this PlayStation 4.5 ends up being the real deal, sucker, y'all must got the game twisted. All right, what's going on, people? So, I remember the day that, you know, this became a rumor, because this has been, you know, going on for quite some time now. I was just waiting for some type of confirmation from Sony. These suckers still haven't said really nothing yet, you know, about it. Until Sony comes out and says, yes, the PlayStation 4 4.5 is real, then to me, it's still a rumor. But people keep on talking about the junk, and you know, if you can remember a lot of the times, you know, where like a rumor, especially this gen, would come up, you know, 8.5 times out of 10 it ends up being true. You know, so this could be, you know, the real deal, the PlayStation 4.5. I will be so just like I was telling, you know, some people that, you know, wanted to know my opinion about it, since I didn't, you know, do a video on this before. I'm all for it. I am all for PlayStation 4.5. Only if you could trade in your old crusty behind PS4 towards that new greatness awaits Station 4. If you cannot trade in your old PS4 towards the PS4.5, I ain't trying to hear nothing, Sony. I am not trying to hear nothing. You better be able to get some type of discount if this thing ends up being real. Because if that was the case, sucker, we really should have went with PC. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing with the whole PS4.5. If it ends up being real, this is what we know thus far. Of course, it's going to be a more powerful version of the PS4. I think the GPU is going to be twice as powerful, twice as fast. I think it's going to have a 4K Blu-ray player, and it's going to upscale the games to 4K. That's not to say that if it ends up being real that the games that come out on the PS4.5 are going to run at 4K, but that's just, you know, what we're hearing right now. You're hearing some devs already have dev kits for the PS4.5, and some of the launch games, you know, for this thing will be God of War 4 Deep Down, which I completely forgot. Capcom, are you even really still working on that thing? No one knows, but you know, you're hearing more and more about the PS4.5, so it really got me like scratching my head, like, because I'm always hearing more and more stuff about it. So I'm like, is this thing really real? And I'm waiting for Sony to say something about it, but they're staying so hush hush. And knowing Sony, you know how they always, Sony this gen, they know that they have the people won over, right? Because they won the people over, you know, back at, you know, in 2013 with the whole Xbox thing and how that was, and they won a lot of, you know, gamers over, you know, with the approach they took going into this gen. So Sony knows that they have, you know, a lot of people won over. So I think if this ends up being real, I think that's why this thing's so hush hush about it, because they want to take the right approach and like announcing it and like try to not have so much backlash if it ends up being real, and we really can't trade our PS4 towards the PS4.5. Now here's the question. Are you suckers out there, yes, you wearing the red shirt, or you with the 5 porn tabs you got open, you gotta stop watching all that porn, bro. It is not good for you. Stop. But here's the question. Are you guys willing to fork over another, you know, $350, $400 towards another PS4, even though it may be more, well, it will be more it will be a more powerful version of the PS4. Are you willing to shell over another $400+ you know, for a better version of the PS4? If you are, that's cool. I'm not. I'm really not. Like, I don't care how good this thing, if it ends up being real, you know, how much more powerful it will be than this PS4. If you can't get some type of discount with this PS4 and you stuck with this junk and then you gotta buy the new and improved PS4, I just can't get down with that. Like, I really just can't get down with that. Now, we all know the PS4 and Xbox One, they are outdated. Like, we all know that. You know, they were outdated the day they came out. So that's why this thing could be a possibility. The PS4, you know, the PS4.5, because these consoles are already so out. I mean, how many times this gen can you name? I can't remember the last game on PS4 or Xbox One that ran at 1080p and 60 frames per second. Most of the time, if a game is 1080p, it's 30 frames per second, or it'll be like 900p 60 frames. Like, it hasn't been a lot of times to where games have ran at 1080p 60 frames per second consistently on the PS4 or Xbox One. So if it ends up being real, the PS4 4.5, I'm sure a lot of people will buy into it just because it's going to be a more powerful PS4. But for the majority of people, you know, that bought a PS4 and are not complete, you know, freaking slaves of Sony drones, you know, they're definitely going to have something to say if you can't, you know, trade in your PS4 and get a discount towards the PS4.5, because I think some of the rumors going on is that you won't be able to do that. You won't be able to, you know, put your old PS4 towards the new one and get some type of discount with that. If you can't do that, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I don't know what they plan on doing. If it's real, we still don't know. Sony, we need some confirmation, suckers. But if this does end up being real, are you suckers willing to fork over another $400+, you know, towards a better version of the PS4? Me? No, I just really don't see it yet. Unless there's some type of discount, I don't really see it, bro. PC really might be the way. PC really might be the future. It really might be, you know. So, what are you guys like? Where do you guys stand thus far with the PS4 4.5? From all the stuff that we know right now, again, it's not confirmed, but from all the stuff we're hearing consistently right now, where do you guys stand with the PS4? Would you buy it if it ends up being real? What, you know, things would come into play for you? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, I greatly appreciate it if you rate the video, my brothers and sisters. Yup. It doesn't have to be a thumbs up. It could be a thumbs down, but what I do ask every brother and every sweet sister is to just rate the video, my brothers and sisters. So, Sony, when you made the slogan "Greatness Awaits," were we supposed to be awaiting the PS4.5? Makes you wonder, doesn't it?